Right. 24 August 2025. And today I'm excited to be giving you the Sunday update. And we're going to make this very quick as usual. And today I'm going to start with the most important story, which is the return of Mnangagwa. So Mnangagwa has returned from Japan, where he was visiting after he first of all went to Madagascar, where he handed over the SADC chairmanship. And it is clear that Mnangagwa is bitter about the SADC chairmanship. He's not happy. And the first thing that he did when he arrived in Zimbabwe was to mock Madagascar's road. So Madagascar opened a ring road, and this road is amazing. The people of Madagascar were very happy with the road, and they honored Mnangagwa and allowed him to open the road. However, when Mnangagwa returned to Zimbabwe, he said and told journalists that this road was nothing. It was just an 8-kilometer stretch of road, and it was nothing to write home about. So I want you to see Mnangagwa speaking on arrival at the airport and stating, as I said, that while Madagascar thinks that they've achieved much, it's actually nothing. So check out Mnangagwa speaking.
Yes, we did. It was an honor for us to be invited to open that road. It was an 8-kilometer road, I think, something like 80 kilometers of tarmac. To them, it's, of course, it's a very important achievement. And of course, we wish them well.
Okay, so to them, it's an important achievement, but to him, it's nothing. So that is Mnangagwa, a person that has not opened anything since he became president. What is happening in Victoria Falls Road? Mnangagwa should be ashamed, but he's laughing at Madagascar. We have done a great job. This is one of the best projects ever done in Madagascar, and their road is of high standard and high quality. So I'm surprised that Mnangagwa is saying to them it's a big thing, but to him it's nothing. So that is Mnangagwa arriving back home, and obviously Chiwenga still outside of Zimbabwe. So currently we have Mohadi and Mnangagwa in Zimbabwe and Chiwenga in India. So that is Mnangagwa arriving. Let's see what else he brings up. And as I said, the trip to India is proving to be more of the Indian business people asking what they can get from Zimbabwe than what they can bring or capital that they can bring to Zimbabwe. Particularly, they want to go into education and they want to go into chemicals and cell phones. So the usual stuff that Indian business people do. So not much coming out of India as usual, but this is what to expect as Mnangagwa's term comes to an end. There's not really much that we can expect from the Mnangagwa government. Now let's quickly run through some stories. And the first story that I want to cover is the PPC cement saga. So a new set of court papers have been presented to court, and Nyikavanhu Cooperative has taken PPC Cement, the Secretary for Local Government and Public Works, Clean Planet Resources, Attorney General, and the Registrar of Deeds to court over the sale of Arlington estates to PPC Cement. So you know that Mnangagwa gave title deeds to PPC Cement in December. I talked about it midweek. So this cooperative, Nyikavanhu, has taken all these people to court, and they want to be given back their land. They don't want PPC Cement to sell the land to a new developer or a private developer. So this is a developing case, and we'll be seeing more about it as time goes on. Then in sports, God knows Gurure, a goalkeeper, has been beaten up after losing. So after they lost the match at Yada, Yada is facing relegation. When they got in the changing room, one of the board members came inside and beat up the goalkeeper. So a letter has been written by the Zimbabwe Football Association condemning the attack by a board member, who said that it should not be that if you lose the match, then someone should be beaten. So this is what has happened, a new thing in Zimbabwe, something that has never happened in any other country. And then obviously, yesterday's trend was Pokello celebrating a birthday. She was traveling on an Emirates flight, so you can go check it out on her Instagram. So she's got a very busy Instagram, and she's traveled, I think, probably to Dubai. And as you know, she's married to one of Mnangagwa's sons as a second wife. And then let's go to business. In business, there's a big story in South Africa where Mcebisi Jonas is today featured in the Sunday Times newspaper complaining about the United States investigation into MTN. So MTN is being investigated by the United States Department of Justice because they were funding terrorist organizations in Afghanistan and Iran. So how they were doing this is that they were paying protection fees for their towers. And these protection fees were then being used to buy weapons and to pay militants in Iran and Afghanistan. So they then got under this investigation, and Mcebisi Jonas, who is the nominated special envoy of South Africa to the United States, is complaining that there is a group of people inside of South Africa and inside of other countries who are working against South Africa and making up stories. So he doesn't seem to be taking this seriously, but MTN have issued a statement to say they are cooperating. There's always been a problem with MTN and how they deal with these countries. So as you are aware, MTN had an operation in Syria, and now they are in trouble because of this Iran and Afghanistan operations. This is all because these countries are very lucrative in terms of cell phone operations because there's little competition. But most times, MTN had to report separately in terms of not putting the results of Syria, Afghanistan, Iran, because they cannot repatriate the money. And they end up doing some of the things that they're being accused of doing by the United States of America here. Let me see what else we need to cover. Let's look at King Misizulu. King Misizulu is featured in the newspapers today. He has made a peace with his sister after she was married to one of the top billionaires in South Africa, Tembe, and he didn't want to receive the lobola. So that is in the newspaper. And then Joseph Kabila is facing a death penalty for war crimes. So a military court in Congo is seeking a death penalty for Kabila's war crimes. Okay, I think we've covered most of the stuff that I wanted to cover. Let's go to some bloggers. And today I'm going to be featuring two bloggers in Zimbabwe. So the first one is the young lady who is talking about Indrive. So you can go and check it out. She's got one of the biggest blogs, Lina Simiti. So Zimbabweans are doing very well on YouTube. We've got some of the biggest YouTubers on YouTube. However, a very interesting blogger that we have in Zimbabwe is Rangampofu. So Rangampofu is doing very well. She is based in China. So if you want to see beautiful scenery about China, so that is gyms, cities, open spaces. If you go to Rangampofu's YouTube, you're going to see amazing scenery, and she takes you through some of the most beautiful places in China. She's one of the most underrated YouTubers, and she does lots of workout videos. So if you're a guy and you like that kind of thing, go over and look at her. She is amazing, and she's been in China for a long time. I think she's been in China for more than 3 years, and she shows off amazing spaces, food places, all sorts of things. And also she gives health tips, and she's very fit. So go check it out on Rangampofu. And her Instagram is amazing. So let's go check out Instagram, probably one of the most powerful Instagram accounts in Zimbabwe is Rangampofu. So check out Instagram over here. And she started this long back. If you want to see fashion, that is clean fashion, go check it out. She is amazing. And that is one of the top bloggers. And she doesn't ever show any boyfriend. So if you're a guy, go check this out. I like it. I like her style. So it looks like if you're in China, you've got access to lots of clothes. Look at her clothes. They're amazing. So amazing stuff. And I don't know what she does. Well, I haven't had time to find out. But this is an amazing account. Probably one of the biggest and best Instagram and YouTube accounts that you can ever find in Zimbabwe. So let's quickly look at other features. Let's look at the newspapers. Let's see if any of the newspapers in Zimbabwe have published. So we're going to start by looking at the Sunday News. The Sunday News has not published. Then let's look quickly at the Sunday Mail. So if this newspaper is published late, I'll be back here around 12 to give you details. But Sunday News has published. So let's look at the Sunday News newspaper and see what is over there. So Sunday News is amazing. They kind of go on the streets to tell you what's going on. They are not like other newspapers that do desktop publishing. So look at this newspaper. That is the Sunday News. They are starting with 40,000 vehicles vanish after entering Zimbabwe. So let's see what that is about. The Zimbabwe Revenue Authority has failed to account for more than 40,000 vehicles that entered the country last year, having been issued with mandatory temporary import permits, and the Auditor General has reviewed. This is pathetic from the Zimbabwe Revenue Authority. And then this is Mnangagwa arriving here. Over here, I don't know who is the guy between Mnangagwa and Mohadi. I've never seen that guy's face before. And then look at the guys from Qatar. So the Qatari delegation which arrived in Zimbabwe. Look at how Barbara is dressed. Barbara, she makes me laugh. She's the only one wearing black. The rest of the guys are wearing white. So that is her. She did go into that helicopter, and I was like, is she really serious jumping into that helicopter? The National Health Insurance will be launched in June 2026. So that is amazing. I like it. I like the National Health Insurance because people are suffering. And then let's see what else is here of interest. I like pictures. So let's see what this picture is about. That is stakeholders through different projects structures during M20 Women's Forum Brambeck event in Bulawayo. And then Bulawayo obviously not doing well. Bulawayo is going through some of the most difficult times ever. Right. And then the dam which is under construction here, Bachike expansion plan rose to life. So part of the building materials delivered at Gwanda's duration gold run Bachike. So that's a gold mine, not a dam. And then Reserve Bank says re-invitation for expression of interest, and that is eligible online learning service providers and platforms for provision of online learning services for a period of 1 year. So Rotendo Benson, Aerobasa, you know that Rotendo Benson wanted to provide South Africa with their learning system. So there is it, Reserve Bank, Munwenyu, Wema sanctions, and a system here, education. Maybe you didn't know. And then let's look at other newspapers. Sunday Mail has been published. Are you still sleeping? What's happening over there at the Sunday Mail? They're sleeping. Okay, so I think we've covered the important stuff. Let's go to our people on Facebook. I want to start with President Hakainde Hichilema on Facebook. So President Hakainde Hichilema always posts interesting stuff. Probably the best account of a president after President Dumaboko. So let's look here. President Hakainde Hichilema says, let's see what he's talking about. Says this afternoon, as part of our official visit to Copperbelt, with the privilege of attending the 120th anniversary of the Baptist Church. The Baptist Church has the most women of all churches that I know. I've never seen a church with so many women like the Baptist Church. If you're a guy, you'll be like one of the few guys among thousands and thousands of women. That's amazing. I've never seen such a large number of women in any church. Look at that. And then the AFM in Zimbabwe is obviously or had their August conference. Most people from AFM are going to be getting blessed this week. You know how it is. AFM in Zimbabwe, the most powerful church, the church that I started with when I was still going to church when I was young, and obviously shaping a lot of my views, the Apostolic Faith Mission in Zimbabwe. And then let's look at Mini. What is Mini done and said? Mini says, Women of Fortitude. I've summarized this for you guys. If you go to Gambakwe, you'll see that our top trending story is how Mini punished soldiers who loved it for being a female officer. Go check it out. That is amazing. Chidosa Nyatwe, what is Chidosa Nyatwe said? Surround me, everybody. Let's talk together. He is good and his mercy lasts forever. I don't know why that is appearing on Chidosa Nyatwe, but that is what is appeared. Maybe she liked it. And then let's look at President Dumaboko. President Dumaboko, we are unapologetic about transforming our country and economy for the better. It's our mission. By all means, it will happen. Yesterday, I attended a closed-door briefing on the Botswana Development Cooperative Strategic Updates, in which Capital Works successfully refinanced PDC's interest in RFT, returning P400 million to the corporation. So President Maboko, amazing, we're doing very well. And look at that haircut. That's amazing. Let's look at Madam Boss, and then we'll go to Chamisa. Madam Boss, she is amazing, she's beautiful, and she's still in the UK. How long are you going to be in the UK? Madam Boss, look at her. She is looking so good. And that brand she's wearing is expensive. At the top there, some people's salary for a year. That is Madam Boss. And then Shirikadzi. Let's see Shirikadzi. Where is Duku Reshirikadzi? I always like it when she wears Duku Reshirikadzi, but today she's not wearing Duku Reshirikadzi. Let's look further down. Shirikadzi. And then OK Zimbabwe. She is also promoting an oil brand, one of the most supported brands in Zimbabwe, Madam Boss. Now let's go to Chamisa. Chamisa has tweeted a big tweet today. So let me show you what Chamisa is saying. Let's first of all get rid of that big screen behind me. So Nelson Chamisa is in a difficult position because he is doing more of the same. So that is the one thing that we need to change. So Nelson Chamisa is going to go into the 2020 elections with the same approach from the past, and you can clearly see it from his tweets, and the engagement is plummeting. So Nelson Chamisa's engagement is plummeting. It's currently at about a quarter of his normal engagement. People don't like what he's posting. The reason being, people want more of a different thing, not more of the same. So in this one, he says, all animals are equal, but all the evil men and troublemakers among David's followers said, because they did not go out with us, we will not share with them the plunder we recovered. However, each man may take his wife and children and go. 1 Samuel 30, 21 to 24, especially verse 22. No animal is better than others. Every Zimbabwean should benefit from what the Lord has given us. Zimbabwe is a blessed and beautiful country. The blessing of the Lord should not add any national sorrow, sadness, sorry, or shame. The ZPF way of making some more important than others is wrong, and it does not please God. The thinking that those who did not participate in the liberation struggle should not lead or serve the nation is wrong. Making other citizens inferior and second-class citizens is wrong. Thinking highly of self and close friends is wrong. A nation cannot be on the basis and advice of and from troublemakers and evil men. Evil men and troublemakers will come with all sorts of suggestions. Proper leadership and proper love must rebuke and reject evil suggestions. Blessed Sabbath. One Zimbabwe, our Zimbabwe, God is in it, Jesus is king. So that is Nelson Chamisa over here. Chamisa, come on. It makes me laugh. Nelson Chamisa makes me laugh because, let me explain. We are in one of the most difficult periods in Zimbabwe. If we miss it here, if 2028 ZANU-PF wins, we are finished as a country. The country is gone. Nothing will ever recover again. So if I was close to Nelson Chamisa, I would advise him. He needs to stand up and fight. If he's going to go into the elections, he needs to stand up and fight. We have a difficult situation ahead of us. And some people will end up dying. Already people are dying because of this situation. And it's sad. Now let's look at the comments. Auxilia is looking good. Let's look at Auxilia. Auxilia Aga Broka. Let's look at Auxilia Mnangagwa. Do I have a picture of Auxilia Mnangagwa? Let me see. I don't have a picture of Auxilia Mnangagwa. Yesterday, Auxilia Mnangagwa was at a function, and I don't know really what it was about, but I'll give it to you later on today. And then let's look at other comments. Skin bleaching takes 20 years of your life. Don't lie. Yes, that's true. And then let's see. Vision 2020 also got Starling in Zimbabwe. That's correct. Padzai here, anotyka kuva president, asina kupiwa mvumo na Nelson Chamisa. Saka hapana. Don't worry, tonight I'll give you the details. Guys, what you're going to see in 2028, you've never seen before. We're going to do it. We're going to do very, very well. Our country, we have a new leader. Yes, Gambakwe akabroka. Gambakwe, Arkurevanu Nenzara. Yes, guys, God has given us a job, but not in the way Utawara theories. Many people are looking at us. They want us to achieve. And the good thing is, we have started early. So we've started at the right time. In 2018, at this time, myself, at this point, I was meeting with all the presidential candidates, going into their homes, talking to them, working with Mamjuru. I worked around with Mamjuru. At this time, Tagwirei and Mamjuru were working on a coalition. Oxani Kupe was starting a party. What we should be doing now is the same thing that we did in 2018, which is to put the fire under Mnangagwa. Mnangagwa plans to go to 2030, but he's not going to do it. We're going to challenge him. He's not going to do it. Mnangagwa is going to fail with 2030. Then we're going to beat his candidate, Tagwirei. Then we're going to beat anyone from ZANU-PF, 75%. They're going to lose. So ZANU-PF is going to lose. They must get ready to lose. Then obviously, Daram Tangadura, it's the first night after his burial. The family has held a vigil. And today we're going to be following the burial of Tendai Ndoro, which is going to take place this morning. Amazing stuff. So please go check out all the people that we've introduced you to, especially Ranga Mpofu. She's amazing. Look at that workout. I've never seen someone works out like her. In fact, my favorite accounts on YouTube are female lifestyle bloggers. And obviously, Mcebisi House, I follow them a lot. Let's see if they've posted Mcebisi House. These are my people from Masvingo. Twitter say, Nyikavanhu, Masvingo. Mcebisi House. Let's see what they posted yesterday. Did I watch? No, I didn't watch. So yesterday, okay, like an hour ago, they posted traditional outside sink. That is amazing. Go check it out. 18 minutes. I like the way this woman has got so much respect for her husband. when I watch it, it's shocking. Like I can tell a woman who's got respect for her husband. As a husband, the only thing you can do for your wife is to show her respect back. And I like this family. It's amazing. And they're doing very, very well. So soon after this, that is what I'm going to be watching. And then my other people that I watch on a daily basis. Okay, now let's go to our sponsors. Let's start with Mbare. Guys, if you're a guy and you don't have Mbare, urukutongwa nema salad, urukutadza basa. You should never have a day when you fail to deliver. So Mbare deliver like a champion over here. For the women, fibroids, fertility, fair skin, hair growth, and if you've got other issues, it will deal with them. And for guys, similar, high blood pressure, diabetes, and you look like a boy. Takapa Mnangagwa is looking like a boy. Okay. And obviously, let's look at the cameras. So guys, I want to show you cameras. So our cameras are going to arrive in Harare. Sorry about that. So our cameras, this is the solar camera. And inside here, if you open, apologies, if you open, you're going to see a solar panel. So I've shown you guys this before. Solar panel, you'll be able to use this through solar. And anywhere you are in the world, you'll be able to monitor your environment. You'll be able to see who is walking outside. You'll be able to record video, color all day, all night. If you're not at home, before you enter your house, you check that no one is hiding behind. And if something happens to you, we'll be able to investigate. And Zimbabwe intelligence won't have to say, maybe it's that guy, maybe it's that guy, maybe it's that guy, maybe it's that guy. Waka broker. So Zimbabwe intelligence, you could have 5,000 cameras. We want to put 5,000 cameras in Harare and go over there. Our guys will be visiting and presenting these cameras for you. So besides this, we are creating a database for stolen properties. So if someone steals your stuff, we're creating a database for you so that you can punch in your serial code. If someone steals your car, if someone steals the TV, you can punch it in. And then when someone is selling, they'll then be able to punch. And we're going to advertise this so that the people who are now buying your property, so let's say someone steals your iPhone, they'll be able to punch in and see if it's stolen. And we're going to do that as part of our improving of security in Harare. Pasine mbava, pasine magororo, pasine madzakutsaku. Did you know that we are to Zambia? We must. Moadi is in Zambia, where he is currently trying to get the bonds of all the people who were buried in Zambia and not exhumed. ZANU-PF, they left all the bonds of all the people who died in foreign countries. And they've been busy eating money and have not ever taken even one bond. Even Pachimoyo. Pachimoyo is less than 1 minute to drive from Zimbabwe. They've not taken the bonds. In Angola, there are bonds. In Zambia, there are bonds. People in mass graves. ZANU-PF has got people in caves. So, vakuvingwa nemabhonzo usiku ana Mnangagwa rakarara unozwa Mnangagwa pakauya kwemovheti padeni pangu. So when I was a young boy, I was about 10 years old, a war veteran came to sleep at our house. Guys, that guy had what we call post-traumatic stress disorder. So every time when he was asleep, he would be screaming, like the whole night. Whenever he slept, he would scream the whole night until morning when he wakes up. That is what the war veterans are going through. Ana Mnangagwa vakabroka, ana Mnangagwa vari kuuraya vanhu nenzara, ana Mnangagwa vakasiya mabhonzo evamwe vavo kuma foreign countries. Pasi naMnangagwa pasina muhati vakadhakwa vanosema mabhonzo evamwe vavo overseas. Now ZAPU is still looking for their bonds. I'm so disappointed with the ZAPU guys because they were organized. So I don't know why you would leave mabonzo of your people overseas. Why would ZAPU do that? ZAPU is an organized party. Don't even follow ZANU. Just do the thing yourself. Don't go to ZANU. What has ZANU ever done in their life? So let's put this down. ZANU has never done anything. The only thing ZANU has done is to destroy their party. There is no ZANU anymore. It's only Wikino left and Tagwirei, Jaka Broker. Now let's look at the Sunday Mail, the published when I was talking. Zidzoro. So Zidzoro ZANU. So let's go to Sunday Mail. Drug testing, GPS tracing, tracking for motorists. Quatara royal family charmed by big force to meet Mnangagwa. What else? I think this is the meeting I was talking about of Auxilia Mnangagwa. She took the young boys to Matopo. Guys, Matopo is a mess. I almost got mugged when I was in Matopo. Like I took my wife to Matopos when I went to Zimbabwe. And then we met these guys and they kept saying, give us transport, give us transport. What transport? Matopo, their homes. Do you know that they're now homes inside Matopos? That's crazy. Like a broker. And then Montrose Studios to be upgraded. Yeah, long overdue. And then Genfan, you can see Genfan over here. Let's see Genfan. Genfan being shown still bars by Disco Chief Executive Officer Benson Ju. Okay. Still, Toitora still you say when we come into power, we're going to take all the steel. Because we want to build our rail. And then let's see Kama Billiard. So Michael Nis discussed some pointers with Kama Billiard during a Warriors training session. Go check that out. And then let's look at this guy, Mr. Sharp, Ken Sharp. I don't understand this guy at all. I don't understand him. What is about? Let's look at everything else. Varicam is celebrating how many years? Many years. And then Sugar Chagonda. Sugar Chagonda. That color of hair, you know what it means, right? Sugar. Let me show you on Mcebisi. There's Sugar as the CEO, and then there's Elliot as the chairman. So chairperson, Elliot. In the narrow video record, no put it. And then let's see who else is here. Guys, there's so many ads in this newspaper. I can go check it out. Particularly, let's look at Parliament. Parliament is got portfolio committee on primary and secondary education. And then let's see what else is here. I'm trying to look for something interesting here, which I need to share with you, but I'll bring it to you on the website. So if you go after an hour, we'll have brought for you some interesting stuff on the website. Then Chipinge Road Council, they want a pre-owned single cab motor vehicle. Kana vachiti pre-owned vatonayo kudhara. Pano atisekuru wangu ane pre-owned. And then tokutengeserai 50,000. 1982 Mazda B 1800. Okay, so that is Mnangagwa here being thanked. Better brands. I don't know why they're thanking Mnangagwa for SADC chairmanship. Can you see this man? He loves power. Can you see how much he's being thanked for leaving SADC? How many people did he arrest when he wanted to be SADC chair? Do you remember I had to go to SADC head office myself to try and get our people out who were arrested? That was me over here. Guys, Ndakabakure. Ndakabakure, guys. But Mnangagwa was there. Mnangagwa has been doing this for a very long time, arresting people. But what is going to happen is Mnangagwa pachabuda power. He's going to come on Gambakwe and cry for help. You're going to see him. He's going to come to say Gambakwe ndibatsirosha ndokubudisa information. Remember that guy who was the president who ended up coming out on blogs asungwa nemasoja. That is Mnangagwa very soon. And then Harare Institute of Technology is having a graduation on the 12th of September. Please attend if you can. Right, it's been amazing. I like it. And tonight we've got a special announcement on the way forward. As you are aware, we have approached Advocate Fadzai Mahere so that she could run in 2028. And tonight I'll be giving you an update on what has happened after I wrote a letter, after my team has approached her, and what is the next step of M31 Zimbabwe. There is no other political party. There is no one else coming. If we don't do it, if this thing that we are doing, Gambakwe is doing, doesn't happen, munofane nzara wakomana. Muchafane nzara zvokuti muchadya nhoko dzezvironda. Muchadya nhoko dzezvironda. Muchasungwa zvokusungwa zvazvo. Mogara mujere. Muchagara muma-foreign countries. Muchichema senhapwa. Itai zvekutamba mone. Hamuzivi kuti zvichafamba sei. But what I like is that God has come to us and spoken to us, and this is going to happen. Mnangagwa is gone. Mnangagwa is gone. Adzoki. Akabroka. Mnangagwa akabroka. Oxley akabroka. Sean akabroka. Emerson Jr. akabroka. Kuda akabroka. Collins. Hero baby ndakutaridza. Rakareba. Ari kuChina. Kana uchirida. Ngaritadza. Rojima rokia kana vanetsa. Nobachipakera. One odona. So, ana Collins ada mabhebha anorova. Vakatadza basa. So I think we've covered everything. Guys, remember, we've got Nyikavanhu in jail. He's been arrested by Mnangagwa and put in South African courts. Nyikavanhu without being charged over 100 days. And South African government complicit in the victimization of Nyikavanhu just for speaking up. And this is a human rights violation. Eventually, to catch up with them. I'd like to thank all of you for watching and for supporting Gambakwe. Do you think Mahere is that cheap? Who is Mahera? Who is Mahera? So let me tell you about Mahere and what it means at this moment. There are certain times when the spirits have picked you to do a job or a duty. Such a time comes for a reason. This period that we are in right now, if Fadzi does not become a president now, I can assure you, mark my word, 24 August 2025, she will never be a president again in Zimbabwe. That is because these are what we call moments of truth. Moments of truth are spiritual. And what happens is they come once in a lifetime. It's like during the liberation struggle. The moment you didn't take leadership during the type of transition, you would never take leadership again. The people who are going to lead our country after ZANU, they are going to be written in history for what they're going to achieve. This is not a false thing that I'm telling you. This is the reality. Our country is going to be so wealthy. It's going to be so rich. All you people overseas are going to come home. But this is a spiritual thing. Your coming home is a spiritual thing. Do you see the bonds that Mohad is looking for? We are going to bring them home. We young people, we are going to have to go and take those bonds from Pachimoyo. How much cars are being given by Wikino? They say 5 million. Wikino has never given $1 to go and take the bonds from Chimoyo. Same, there's only one mass grave at Angola. Wikino has never given anything. Same in Zambia, mass graves there. We are going to have to go as young people and take those bones and bring them home. Same thing, we're going to take our 4 million people in South Africa, our 2 million people in the UK, and our 1 million people all over the world, and we'll bring them home. So it's spiritual. The thing that we're doing is like Moses taking the children of Israel back to the promised land. If we fail at this moment, our country will be taken. People will come and take our country and go away with it. That's why I'm telling you that it is spiritual. The thing that we're doing here is a call of duty. And our country will be amazing. Our country will be beautiful. And Gambakwe Media, right at the middle of it. And I don't want to say anymore because tonight I'll be back. And it's a job, a big, big responsibility upon our shoulders that we have to do. We have to do what needs to be done to remove ZANU. ZANU is coming out in 2028. ZANU is going to lose. They will come out and they will be beaten so badly, like a snake has entered the house. A snake has entered the house. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching. God has blessed us, and a good day to you all.